So this will be a spoiler-free review of The Joker. The movie just came out, so we don't want to get too deep into it. We might do that later. Right now, it's me, D. Rich, my normal co-host, Matt Chavez, and a special co-host again, Kyle Rich.
I'm back.
Yeah, so buckle up, clowns. This is gonna
Yeah, Jokers.
pun intended. Spoiler free. This may be a fairly short episode, so get ready.
He should win the Oscar.
It should win Oscars, and for those of you
That's
wanting,
the spoiler-free.
yep, and that's the show, folks. But to those of you that are very concerned about the violence in this movie, I've said it multiple times since I've seen the movie. There is no more violence in this movie than there is in Deadpool or any of the Purge movies.
I will say this, comparing it to Deadpool.
And the language isn't as much as Deadpool.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Deadpool is a comedy, straight up, and all the violence is basically used in comedic ways or just to look super badass.
So what you're saying is just because it's a comedy, no one has to worry about the violence?
Yeah, that doesn't make it okay.
He had a bad day too.
Hold on.
He got cancer. He got kidnapped.
I think there's a big difference between violence in a drama like this compared to violence used for laughs. Like, if anything, I would
Joker
compare...
made me laugh.
Oh, man.
Yes, but you know what I'm talking about. In Deadpool, he jumps up, cuts a dude's head off, and kicks it. That was literally to make people laugh, because he said goal or something when he did it. So, like, in this, every bit of violence has a reason. So I don't necessarily think... Yes, it does have less violence than Deadpool, but it's also in a different context.
But either way, the violence is what's making people... Before the movie was even out, the violence in the movie is what was making people wanting it to be banned.
I don't think it was that. I think it's just the whole context of the movie.
No, it was definitely the violence.
Yeah.
Everything I saw was like, oh, no, this movie's just going to make people riot. And
because of the violence.
Yeah.
That's not what I heard at all. Everything I saw was just like, the whole context of the movie and the themes was like what would get people to attack and stuff.
But either way, whether it's the context or it's the violence, the movie hadn't even been fucking released. Only certain people have seen the movie.
And I just want to say this, I was basically right on. The movie release, I said at most maybe $100 million. $93 million opening weekend for an R-rated movie. So
it beat Venom's October release though.
I'm glad you brought up the rating. You know, it was rated R for a reason.
Oh, very much.
So there's your thing right there. I mean, movies are rated for certain things. I mean, yes, honestly,
it didn't get rated NC-17. Yeah. So that right there should prove it's not any more violent. The movie I think that it's most comparable to as far as violence, or people love these movies. They don't really get any controversy except for usually the language and a lot of the use of the N-word. But Quentin Tarantino movies, way more violent.
Exactly.
Nowhere near as much controversy. But I will say the violence is similar in a way.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way too. Take any slasher horror film.
Yeah.
That's 4 times more gory and violent than what was put out just this past weekend.
Yeah.
And nobody is protesting these or asking for a nationwide ban or whatever.
But I mean, I don't know what people's expecting. I mean, it's portraying basically 1980s New York where shit like this happened daily. Exactly like this.
Well, I mean, hell, if you want to put it into that context, it's portraying today's Chicago.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
there's more violence in Chicago than this movie could ever think to put
Yeah.
out.
There's more violence in Chicago in a single hour.
Exactly, than this 2.5 hour movie. So
Exactly.
Heck, there's more violence in downtown Chattanooga past 12 o'clock to 6 a.m. or at night, basically.
yeah, stroll down Holt's Claw. That's a scary area. What's
Just-
the area y'all always talk about? Was it Holt's Claw?
St. Elmo's.
Say.
Yeah, I guess right
Yeah.
there by the mountain
Yeah.
that y'all are always scared to go down at night.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck, even the main part.
but yeah, kind of like what you said
Movie's great.
on the first episode, Derek, was don't be sheep to what the media puts out there. Go out there and
Make your own
watch it
opinion.
yourself. Like I said, we all three watched the movie together, and we loved it. I mean,
I will say, it was way.
it was slow. It was a
The,
slow
very,
movie.
the beginning of it's extremely slow.
Yes.
But I don't necessarily have a problem with that because I knew it was a drama.
Yeah, I like movies that have a good build up to
Oh, because
the punchline.
the end
basically.
is. Yeah.
The end is spot on, terrific. It's if you go watch the movie, go back to our first episode where we predicted what happens, and
We were wrong.
yes, we were dead wrong.
Well,
so kind of
in a
I
way.
think, in a way. I don't know. I know what I said. What I said was completely wrong.
I said that I didn't think.
Don't repeat anything that we said because that would be a spoiler.
Oh, okay. Well, part of what I said was wrong, but then also part of it was right.
But if you go and watch the movie and you have your own prediction of what's going to happen,
I think it's better to go into the movie that way because
have some sort of idea of what you think is going to happen, because when what really does happen, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Because I remember looking at Kyle and I said, this is what's going to happen, and it happened. And literally the entire movie theater was quiet because we're all in shock and awe,
Yeah.
because it was a big twist, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But the way that Phillips directed this movie and ultimately put it together, it was just, like I said, it was just probably the best punchline you could put in the Joker movie.
Exactly. Going off of what you said, I kind of had a good idea of what I was getting into since I watched a few of Martin Scorsese's films, and they're all pretty similar to this as far as the violence goes and how the people are acting. But there was still a lot of things that caught me off guard, like what you were just saying, where you looked at me and told me, "Oh, plot twist! This is right here might happen." So I was still thrown off a little bit.
This out of context, but the Braves just pulled a comeback and scored 3 in the 9th.
They on 2-1 now?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. My Astros are 2-0. So
Who are they going up against?
the Rays.
Oh.
So we'll play the Yankees next. So, hey, we might be going to some World Series games. Anyway, back to the conversation at hand. I mean, we're only 8 minutes in. What else you want to talk about the movie?
Just Joaquin.
Oh my god!
Oh my
yes.
God.
If he doesn't win an Oscar, I'll go ahead and
I will say this: like going into this movie, the two people I really wanted to win an Oscar, and I don't know which would be considered the lead in that movie and which would be considered like
I already know what you're
supporting.
gonna say.
Leo DiCaprio.
we know you're talking
yeah,
about
Leo
Yeah.
and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They're phenomenal, and I thought like nothing would come close to them. It one of those three, between them two and Joaquin, one of them better win. If anyone else wins, I feel like it would be kind of a travesty because those three, especially Joaquin, just
Well, what will this, if this movie gets nominated for an Oscar, like what kind of what's the title
What do you mean?
of the Oscar going to be? Like
think it'll just be best
it could be
drama.
nominated for Best Picture,
best
Best-
lead role, isn't it, or best actor, or something like that?
Best actor in a supporting, or Best actor in a lead role,
That's really all
probably-
they can win, right?
Best directing,
True.
Best.
I don't know. I don't really keep up with all those award shows. They don't
They should-
really interest
They
me.
should at least be
There's
the
one
best
for
actor. Should
there's
be
one for like taking something and adapting it. Best adaptation.
Screen, yeah.
No, screenplay.
Yeah, best.
Well,
screen
no. There's
adaptation.
one that's like a best screenplay for original stuff, and there's
Right.
one for like
Well, then-
adaptations.
Well, I don't think it would win best screenplay because a lot of the reviews I've watched, they made a point, and we all talked about it too. It's just Taxi Driver all over again.
That's what I saw someone saying that
You
that they weren't a huge fan of. They said it was okay for a Taxi Driver version of Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix,
like
but I was like, I enjoyed it a lot.
You could basically, what I heard from one of the ones that I watched on YouTube was you could basically watch Taxi Driver and then go watch Joker, and there's your movie.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do that. Don't just go
That's-
see the movie on your own.
I watched Taxi Driver. It's not exactly the same. Taxi
I
Driver.
haven't seen it.
Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, I watched the both of them prior to watching this, just to get a feel for how the movie would be. And it is similar, but at the same time, there's just so much, to me, more going on in this film.
What I liked was I noticed it in the beginning because the beginning, like we said, is slower and it's more toned down towards the, I'd say getting close to the middle is where I kind of toned out the score, but I liked whoever done the score because for Dark Knight, if you remember, sorry, if you remember on the Dark Knight, every time the Joker scene was around, you had that, what was it, the G note that he was playing on the electric, whatever freaking
Yeah, I
stringed
know what you're
instrument
talking
that
about.
is. It kind of had
Oh.
that. If you listen
Oh, you're
to
talking
it,
about the tone
yeah,
when something was changing.
the sound of the music.
Yeah.
It kind of had that same feel in the beginning of the movie, and that kind of hit home for me because I mean, Dark Knight was
Yeah.
excellent movie. I mean, in my opinion, of course, Joaquin is up there for best Joker.
Yeah. I've seen...
Just for what we were given. If
yeah.
he gets a sequel where he's I mean, everybody knows it's an origin story. He's not full Joker the entire movie.
Yeah.
If he gets a sequel or he's in another movie where he's Joker full time, I think
I mean,
he might
honestly,
can pull it off.
what you see him as Joker in this movie, I would say, is almost even with the amount that you see of Ledger in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Because you only probably get 20 to 30 minutes of Ledger as Joker.
Yeah, because a lot of it is just like voiceover or whatever, stuff like that. But at the same time, I hate to say it because I do love his performance, but I think Heath got a lot of it because he died. I mean,
I don't mean to sound like a jackass to say this, but I've always said that.
And it's true because
just from personal experience, last night our cousin came over, Hunter came over, and was talking about it. And Kyle and Hunter have both said this. They feel like it's disgraceful to say that Ledger's performance wasn't as good as Joaquin's. I'm like, but that's what happens. Like,
yeah, I mean, someone always comes around and does better than somebody else. I mean, that's how you get.
Yeah.
That's how you get the talks of, well, LeBron is better than Jordan. Jordan's better than LeBron. Oh, well, LeBron's not even as good as Kobe.
Kobe's
all
just
this
a
and that.
clone
I
of
mean,
him.
somebody always comes around and becomes king of the hill.
That's true.
And
I mean, probably 8 years they'll probably be saying that about Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Well,
Or-
not even that. They're already saying Zion's going to be the next LeBron. They said the same thing about Ben Simmons, and the motherfucker can't hit a wide open three. Anyway,
Did you see? Speaking of him, did you see what he said the other day? Some reporter said, "Well, what's it like not being able to hit a three?" And he goes, "I might not be able to hit a three, but at least I'm an all-star or something." I was like,
who cares?
"Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude."
Anyway, like I was saying, I do think that a lot of it with Heath Ledger is because he's dead or he died.
And I've always said this because if you don't know the like behind the scenes stuff for Dark Knight and the
Sure.
Batman or the Dark Knight trilogy in general, originally they were not going to kill Two-Face in Dark Knight. The reason they killed Two-Face was later on during reshoots because of how well the Joker scenes were doing. They were like, oh, well, we're going to make the Joker main character in 3. Because originally it was supposed to be Two-Face and Bane,
Yeah,
but then
I think
they
you-
changed it.
I think you touched up on that last time.
Yeah, and so honestly, if he had have lived and went through that other movie,
He could have bombed.
Yeah,
It could have sucked.
It's true.
And it's the same thing with Phoenix. His next one can blow.
yeah.
But his standalone, this film,
But
didn't blow.
I'll say this about Joaquin's Joker compared to Ledger's Joker. Joaquin's Joker is way closer to the comics, so
True.
I feel like
Yeah.
it would be a lot harder to make his
Well,
fail the second time compared to Ledger's was so different from anything
Yeah.
they had seen at that point that
I've been seeing a lot of.
it could have gotten old by the
Yeah.
time you seen it the second time.
I mean, the only thing that the only thing that Heath Joker had that was really compared to the comics was
I mean,
Joker saying that if he had a origin story, he would rather it be multiple choice in The Killing Joke, and that's what Ledger's Joker was, because he would always change how he got the scars, how he became what he was.
Yeah,
But outside of that, that's the only thing.
yeah,
true.
and
That was-
we can't really comment about that for this movie because
and I
yeah,
think
we can't say too much.
the
I mean, just know that this is probably the only clear origin story in a
True.
film outside of Batman '89, because you get you basically get the Killing Joke origin story as far as him raiding Axis Chemicals,
yeah,
yeah,
Ace Chemicals, whatever it is
it's nice,
there.
yeah.
Well, there's Axis too.
yeah,
It just varies in each one. But this one gives you a clear and concise story as to what made him
yeah.
Joker.
And
Yeah.
speaking of that, of anything that I've seen in any like Joker story, given an origin story, this one to me gives the best reasoning for it and justifies it honestly in a messed up way.
Yeah,
but
it definitely makes sense, and it gives you
I'll say
a
that-
clear-cut reason
yeah,
I'll
that
say
you can be
this.
okay with.
I've seen a lot of reviews say that like some of the violence and killings are just no purpose or anything. It's like 5 out of the 6 kills kind of. I'm not saying they're technically justified, but there's definitely a reason behind it.
Yeah. Well, there was.
Well, yeah,
How many deaths are there?
I can think of 5 right now.
There's 3,
Yeah,
and then the one.
then the other one, and then
Which other one? Oh, yeah. And then
then-
the last one.
that's 6. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So there
so
are
which
6
one are
kills. Yeah, you tell them. You tell them off mic,
yeah.
and then
no.
the one at the
Oh yeah. True.
and then the one at the end.
Every one of them.
No, the last
no,
one's
this-
the last one's kind
Yeah,
of
the last one wasn't. It just put in origin,
the last one.
gave origin.
The
I don't know, I
last one
still
gives
think
his
it-
character a purpose.
Yeah.
I still think it kind of made sense.
Oh,
Well,
no,
it
no,
does
it
make
makes
sense for the story,
But I'm saying it's not.
or for, like I said, like the origin. That's where it makes sense.
Yeah, but the other 5 are that like, if that would have
Yeah.
happened in real life, like it wouldn't be considered gratuitous violence. Oh well.
Y'all can probably stay right there. It's picking y'all up pretty well. Because when you're sitting on the table, it's. See, because me, I'm a little far away, and I'd
Yeah.
speak up, but like I said, you kind of want to keep it right around here
Yeah.
in the yellow. Sorry, we're trying not to kill y'all's ears and also have good audio. We're working on that. We got a plan coming up,
Yeah.
but that involves money, and we don't have money.
Yeah.
So, hey,
yeah.
listen, because we're getting sponsors.
Send it to my Patreon account.
Yeah.
We don't have one of those.
Yeah.
Just joking.
So, yeah.
Probably will, probably won't. I'll never ask for money. Just listen to the ads.
Yeah,
That's how we get it.
Yeah.
They get it.
You want to say anything
I
else?
don't know what else there is to say.
Oh,
I'll say this without like, because it has no context. My favorite scene in the movie is the stair scene.
When he's dancing?
Yes.
oh yeah.
Well, yeah. 'cause
Well, from there to
from there on,
That
there till the interview.
at the end.
Yeah.
Or oh, you mean the actual interview, not the end scene?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree.
Because that puts it all together. I mean, like we said in the preview to the movie, this is all. The entire movie is basically what did we say? Like making somebody crack, isn't that kind of what we said?
Probably.
Like,
Yeah.
One bad day.
pushing.
Pushing someone to their absolute limit
Yeah.
is basically what this movie is about as far as the Joker. And
Huh.
what he's talking about and what you've seen on previews is him dancing on the staircase.
And it's such a powerful scene.
It is.
From right there, that's how you know this movie is just going nowhere but up.
Yeah, and it has this. It has like that scene has the purpose that like the dancing scene in Spider-Man 3 should have had,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but fulfilled.
Yes. That's a good example right there. What you got, Kyle?
I didn't even until you brought that up. I didn't even think about it because there was a scene that me and you've been talking about over the past few days that I've said that watching that right there, that alone, that's the Joker for me. That him doing that, and then you.
But don't.
I'm not going into it. But you talking about that dance scene. What leads up to that, and then that happening. That right there, that is straight up the Joker.
The dance scene, the only other Joker scene that in any of the movies that I think comes close, like that to me was like, oh, this is the Joker, and hate it or not, like I know a lot of people hate this version. Leto's Joker when he's in the room and he
he's laying
lays
in between
down
the knives and he's just
has
laughing.
all the yes,
Yeah.
That's one of the only other scenes that's like, yeah, that's a joke. Well, I mean, Ledger has the pencil thing, but
Yeah.
those two scenes just scream to me like Joker.
Well, not only that, I mean, you could think of 89, the last scene
Well,
where he's laying there dead, but he's got the toy that's laughing for
Yes.
him.
yeah.
So that even after his death,
Well,
he's still smiling, he's still laughing, he's still the clown.
hold on. I think his best scene is
Every scene.
no. The pen truly is mightier than the sword,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
fucking kills the guy with
Yeah,
the
he
damn
Kills
quill.
the mayor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I mean, every Joker has it, but those two scenes specifically just scream it to
but
me.
let's be honest, Leto's the worst Joker.
That's the truth. I mean, which
No.
he did not have
if,
much.
If he
but
can get his standalone movie going,
is that gonna happen?
like they're supposed
I don't
to.
know. I think he might be. So the Birds of Prey or the
Birds of
Fabulous, or yeah,
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, or the Fantabulous
What is that? A lunch
Invincible-
lady movie? Birds of Prey.
or the
Well, I
Fantabulous
heard
Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
I heard he's not in that one.
Dude,
No.
they talk about him so much in that trailer. I think he has to be in it,
No.
at least for a little bit.
I
I
don't
don't
know. Because I know. I don't know.
disagree.
I haven't heard much on the Birds of Prey, but from what I heard, as far as the Harley Quinn movie, the Fabulous whatever, he's not in it. And if he is in it, they're just like little cutscenes. They're
Yeah,
not- I mean, but you can't sit here and say, oh well, he's not the worst Joker when all he has is cutscenes in every movie that he's
That's
been
true.
the Joker in.
But also by that same thing, I don't think you can say he is the worst Joker because he hasn't got nowhere near the amount of screen time as the other people.
But he still played the Joker.
Yeah.
He's still got
Yeah,
that.
he's still
Well,
had-
to me, the worst Joker is Cesar Ramirez. But
Well,
Whoa, how?
but
I
they
mean, dude, you got to think about its time. Though.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was
in
gonna
the
say.
'60s, and he's not the killer gangster clown. He's just the
A
comical
Joker,
clown.
Yeah.
He's
I don't-
what
well,
was,
really
he's
wasn't
what
brutal.
was in the
okay,
comics in
fine.
that era.
I won't pick that one. I'll pick the damn Rastafarian Joker from like the Batman 2007 animated
I
show.
don't blame you. That's No, I don't.
Oh,
The Joker with dreads or
Yeah.
whatever.
I thought you said you liked that.
I
one.
do like it, but it's by far one of the worst interpretations of the Joker.
There's been a lot of.
He's like a fucking monkey.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
Yeah.
bad cartoon depictions of the Joker. I think my best one, animated.
It's Hamill's, yeah.
Yeah, anyone that Hamill plays
Yeah.
because he's played a lot of them
Honestly, my favorite version of the Joker is the Arkham Joker.
from the video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking sick and twisted. He's what he's
Oh.
supposed to be.
I love that the Killing Joke animated movie where Mark Hamill played him. I
Yeah.
thought he did great.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. Anytime Mark
yeah,
Hamill plays
anytime
him,
Mark Hamill does because he played the one in Batman Forever: Return of the
Dude,
Joker.
I
And
don't
that
know.
was when Tim Drake was the Joker.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if this is gonna happen, but for the Arrowverse crossover this year, you know, have you seen how they're bringing all these old actors back? They keep teasing that Mark Hamill is going to be the Joker in it, and
Really?
if that happens, like we actually get to see Mark Hamill as a physical Joker for once, and not just his voice. I hope I hope it happens. I hope they're not just like teasing fans with something that won't happen.
I'll be honest. The two Jokers from Gotham I thought was actually pretty good too.
Oh yeah, that one dude played
Cameron
yeah.
Monaghan, I think.
Yeah.
They were okay.
It was
I mean,
they were odd, but
yeah.
he did
I mean-
pretty good. I don't know.
You got like a teenage Joker.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, everything in that show is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, I know.
fucked.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't think you could have
The show
a
itself was
Batman show and not have Batman.
Well,
in
you
it.
to the
can't.
very last episode.
No, I think you can have a Batman show without Batman, but you have to set it when Batman is already a character, and you get hints about him in the background. Like you could make a Gordon show,
Yeah,
but make it set after Batman's already a character,
Yeah,
so it
don't-
makes sense why all the villains are there,
Yeah.
not the fact that the villains just start showing up before Batman's ever Batman.
right. Because I mean, yeah, you got bad guys and everything, but
It makes no sense why they're
Yeah.
there if there's not a.
why is what's his face? I can't. Why is Cobblepot walking around? I mean, granted, yeah, why is he's of course he's going to be there, but why is he a villain?
Or not even like there's one thing to be a villain like mob bosses, but they're like literally super villains.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Like it makes
what's
no
the
sense
point?
that Commissioner Gordon's fighting
Well-
fucking super like people with powers.
Well, not even that. I used to watch Arrow like religiously,
Oh, yeah.
and whenever they finally gave what's her name, the blonde,
Oh,
what's her name?
I know her real name's Katie Cassidy.
No,
Oh, no,
not
you're talking
her,
about the
not
sister.
her. No, the nerd, what that Emily Rickards played.
Oh,
Felicity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Felicity. Whenever they finally gave her name as like his coordinator or whatever, he even said it. He goes, "Sorry, but Oracle was taken." Like, well, how the fuck was Oracle taken if Bruce Wayne's a damn kid on a show that airs the night before yours?
Whoa,
Wait, is that-
those aren't
is
even in the same
I was
universe.
gonna say they're not connected, are they?
No,
Well, they shouldn't be on the same damn network then.
they weren't.
Yes, they were CW.
No.
Was
Not
it
Fox.
on
Gotham
CW?
was Fox.
Fox.
Oh, was
yeah.
it? Well,
Yeah.
all right then. But don't hit.
But having that
don't hit
said-
at the damn Waynes and Batman
Well,
and shit. If you're not gonna put
they
it in the
they do
show
that a
either.
lot more in like the Flash and
Wasn't
stuff.
yeah.
wasn't Supergirl? It wasn't at first. It wasn't on CW, was it?
No, it was on
But
CBS.
it was still part of the
but-
same thing.
Yeah, it was still in the same universe.
But that's because the difference is Warner Brothers owns CBS. They don't.
And now Disney now owns Fox, but at the
yeah,
time
but they didn't own Fox.
Not at the time though.
Yeah, well,
Or CBS works
Oh,
with Warner
that-
Brothers.
that show just went downhill for me. I got tired of like everyone fucking knows who you are, Oliver. Like every season was him trying to hide his identity in some certain way, or some new villain was coming around and I know who the Arrow
Well,
is. Yeah,
I
no
mean-
shit, me too.
That's kind of how Daredevil gets in the comics. Like,
Yeah, well, I quit watching the Daredevil series too. 'Cause, well, I never watched the second season.
the second
I
season
watched-
is insanely awesome.
But
watched
I never
all
watched
of
the
them.
second season of The Punisher either.
I haven't seen
I
it
didn't
yet.
watch any Punishers.
They were
The-
okay.
I like the first one. Like,
How,
right there.
how did you watch Punisher and not ever watch the second season of Daredevil? That's where he got set up.
Okay, and that's the one I seen. I didn't see the third season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched third season.
Third one was
I mean,
pretty good
there's-
because of Kingpin.
There's a lot of shows that I gave up on. I mean, I gave up on The Walking Dead too. I mean, hell, I found out the other day by clicking on the fucking wrong Facebook post. Damn, Maggie's gone.
Well, no,
Uh,
she She's coming back for season 11.
That's just stupid.
She never died. They just kind of wrote her out because she wanted a break from the show. Just like
Oh my God, I would too. It's
Rick,
repetitive.
Rick's not dead, Michonne's not dead. They just kind of got wrote out of the show.
What the
They made it focus on Judith.
fuck? Who?
Judith, his
Oh,
daughter.
the baby?
Yeah, because they did like a 5-year time jump, so
Of
she was
course
like
they did.
7 or 8
I
years
hate
old.
when shows and movies do time jumps. 'Cause
Walking Dead needed a time jump.
That needed to end.
I thought
But-
Rick
Apparently-
just needs to wake up in the damn hospital bed, and it all be a dream.
Dude, if that happens, I'll punch you in the face.
Why?
I hate shows like that. Like, Lost is one of my all-time favorite shows, but the ending,
Never seen it.
well, I'll just tell you this. The ending, they're all fucking dead from the very beginning. It's like, then what's the fucking point in making something like that if none of it happened?
Oh, I mean, that's the same thing with this movie. Because that's one of the things that have been talked about was, what if it's in his head?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's the same
I don't want to
concept.
talk about that.
No, I'm just saying, what's the concept of making the damn movie if at the end it's like, so I just watched the dream for 2.5 hours?
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's the beauty of Joker.
And
To see,
interpretation.
yeah, to see. I mean, you
But
never
see,
know.
That's the difference. Like, there's interpretation of this movie, and like, if they just straight up said the ending of Walking Dead is, it was all a dream in Rick's fucking head while he was in a coma, that's giving a definitive ending, and it's like, why?
Yeah. But we're definitely going to have to see it a second time
Yeah.
to
Or-
give a
yeah.
spoiler review. What are you doing tomorrow?
I work till 3:30.
Okay. Well, I work till 5:30, and she works till 6:30, and he's off. So
Oh,
you'll
okay.
probably have a spoiler review this weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
it
And you'll have
depends.
a new spooky season episode sometime this week.
Yeah, I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, so Wednesday's better for me. No, hell, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, I don't work late any this week, so if we want to do it
Yeah.
on Thursday like we did last week, we're figuring stuff out.
So,
Still no set schedule.
yeah.
So are we done with the review? mean,
Do
'cause
you want to say overall, like, what?
Oh, it's a 10. For all my
masterpiece, yeah.
For all my football movie fans,
Yeah.
everybody knows damn Varsity Blues.
Ha!
A
Oh.
10!
Great.
A fucking 10! And then he asked his teacher to prom because he saw her boobies.
Which one was that? Wait,
Varsity
which,
Blues?
No, I mean which character asked him.
What was his
It
name?
wasn't the Billy Ball, was it?
Yeah, it was Billy Bob,
Oh,
the fat one, yeah. Because they were drunk at the strip club.
Oh,
and she
I
come out
remember that.
and they're all like,
She had
what?
the whole
Yeah.
t-shirt, sexy
Yeah,
t-shirt,
she had the sexy teacher
That's
outfit.
one of the best football movies there is.
She comes up to the table all like sad, and he just goes, "I give it a 10, a fucking 10."
This movie is not. This movie is more than a great comic book movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
It's going to be a masterpiece, and people are going to be looking at it in 20 years like we look at Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs now, or The Shining and stuff. Like,
honestly, I mean, as far as like comic book movies go,
it transcends comic book
it's
movies.
good.
Honestly,
and like you said, in 10 years, we're going to be looking at it like 10 years ago we were looking at The Dark Knight, because that movie transcended comic book movies too. I mean, because then Marvel wasn't the big, huge success that it is now, but
Well, yeah,
they kind of took off of that and
Just
did what
imagine-
DC could never do.
And, well, DC did what Marvel can never do now, because Marvel can never make a movie like this, honestly.
I don't think they can.
I mean, I think we're going to get close to that maybe with, like, Blade and stuff. Like, we're going to get dark Marvel movies, but we're never going to get something with this kind of...
No, sick, twisted vibe to it.
Well, not even that. Like, this much of a film. Like, there's a difference between a movie and a film.
This thing
This is a film.
This thing is all film. It's a masterpiece. I mean,
It just takes the idea
Yeah,
of
the-
the comic
the action,
to make it...
the action in it is comic-esque. It's not jam-packed into one huge scene. like how Marvel movies are. They always got to have that big
But
fight.
I will say this: this year, for comic book movies, in 10 years, we'll still be talking about this year because we had Endgame
Endgame was fantastic.
and this movie in the same year, and they're on two completely different ends of the spectrum.
See, we're not even gonna talk about Shazam.
I haven't seen it.
I like it.
Y'all can spoil it all you want
It's
because
not-
I hate DC movies.
I thought you liked DC movies.
No.
I thought you were just a
Okay,
huge
and
DC
with
fan.
that, we'll find a new a new co-host next week.
I hated
I-
Marvel movies
Oh, okay.
with a passion because Batman fan. I love the Joker.
Yeah.
But we watched Civil War together. And I was like, what the fuck have I been missing?
Yeah.
And then DC's putting out all his trash ass
yeah.
Superman and fucking
Batman
Aqua
versus-
Teen Hunger Force.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Basically.
Let's be
Hold
honest,
on.
dude. Let's be honest. Just be honest. DC's not putting out anything like Marvel is, and they never will.
No, I think they're.
It seems like they're finally starting to turn around.
Hold on, no, I want to say this because besides, and I love this movie, and I'll defend this movie till I die. Batman and Superman, and I will not defend this movie. Justice League is ass. You want to talk about a movie that's ass? Justice League.
So was Batman v Superman, dude.
Yeah,
It about
it had-
put me to sleep.
So
And
That's saying something.
no, it's really not
It
because
is.
I feel like,
for a Batman fan, yes,
but that
is saying
it
something.
wasn't. It's just like that wasn't a comic book movie for comic book fans.
Hot
I
take.
mean,
I got to finish it.
what I'm saying is, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, I think, is the weakest out of the ones I'm about to list. Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam, and Joker have all been pretty
No,
good movies.
Hold on. Joker's not a DC movie though.
It's not
It's
a
based on DC
DCEU.
characters.
It's not a DCEU character or movie.
But that's the movies you're talking about.
Yes, but I'm just saying.
You can't categorize it together.
Okay,
Different
it on
universe.
the side, whatever.
Asterisks.
Hold on. Well, you do know that they're going to start doing this with other DC characters, right?
That's fine. I mean,
'Cause
as long as they
'cause
kill
it-
it,
They said
do
that
better.
they.
Those films will probably
I
do
think,
way better.
I think it will too.
don't.
Because they're saying they're
Put
going to
out
do
shitty
Superman.
movies.
They're going to put out Superman Red Sun, and it's not going to be connected to the other movies. And I'm just
That'd
like,
be
yes,
freaking great.
yeah.
Is that the?
It's
that's the
Superman where
Russian-
he's a communist, Russian.
So it's
I
just.
mean,
how they gonna-
fucking
how they-
Superman and Captain America just copy each other and
Tell me-
shit hard.
Tell me how they're going to get
No,
in
that
touch with
happened a
Vladimir
long
Putin
time
to play
ago.
him.
They were-
No, Vladimir Putin would have to play. Who was the Russian dictator during World War II?
Oh, Stalin.
Yeah, Putin would have to be Stalin.
happens.
But
Anyway, what's your hot take?
Oh, he was talking about
He's
these Batman vs Superman, Justice League. I was just saying, hot take. I don't think Zack Snyder is a good director. Just to get under Derek's skin.
Well,
I've
I mean,
never
that-
said he's a good director.
Yeah, you do.
No,
You defend
hold
him
on,
to
no. I
He
think
said 300, Watchmen. all
yeah,
that. I don't-
300.
300
Watchmen-
was good.
Yeah, 300's good. Watchmen's good,
I don't know
and
about
so
that.
is his version. A lot of people think that his version of
300 could have been better. I will say that.
I will say I don't.
I mean,
I don't know what much more you could have done for 300 because
Well, I mean, it did fail to mention that they
Well, I've never even
all
seen that
butt
one.
fucked each other because they didn't have women.
no. 300 is based off of a comic book.
Of course it is. So not the real fucking shit.
No, yeah, that's why it's so over the top, bastards. But yeah, I don't think like he has stuff he's good at. I'm not saying he should be in charge of a whole cinematic universe. I've never said that.
I don't know. I didn't really enjoy what I've seen from him. Sorry.
You have a completely
Well, he had-
different taste in
He had
movies.
to
than most
bring
people.
on Nolan for Superman, didn't he?
DC pushed Nolan as like a producer.
See, the movie still sucked. Just kidding. I haven't seen any other Superman movies outside of Batman v Superman, and I wasn't pleased with it. I mean,
No. I did. I like.
it had too much.
Oh, I will 100%
There
agree
was-
with that.
Just one thing about that movie I liked was Batman. That's it, just him. And then Justice League, I didn't like him in Justice League.
That wasn't Zack
I
Snyder at
know
all.
it wasn't. It's like they messed him up. They made him like a Marvel character, kind of quirkiness,
Yeah.
but they got Superman right. They like Superman and Batman vs Superman wasn't that great,
Except for Do You Bleed?
but in that one he was good.
Wait, no, which I love that line, like in Justice League when he comes back to life, but it's so bad. Like it's such a fuck. Who directed that movie?
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it's such a Josh Whedon line, like especially the way he delivers it and everything. Do you bleed? But
I don't know. I mean, even you said it. I mean, you've seen the trailer where Aquaman's trailer was scene for scene Black Panther's trailer.
True.
Like they're
I
trying
agree.
to do what Marvel's doing, but putting their own DC spin on
They've
it.
Yeah,
been doing
It's,
that.
it's killing their movies.
They've been doing
except for the fact that Aquaman, which I get you haven't seen it, have you?
No, I'm not going to.
Dude,
Yeah.
Aquaman's great. Regardless of what he says, you think Shazam's the best one they've made?
it. No, I mean, we're not counting this movie in this, are we?
No,
Like,
no,
yeah, okay.
no.
No, this
Then yeah,
You're an idiot.
no. That's,
I haven't seen it either.
Uh,
I ate the Shazam sandwich at Zaxby's. It was pretty good.
honestly, like Aquaman and Shazam are worth watching.
yeah, it was.
But Aquaman
But-
is Black Panther with a better ending.
I don't think that Aquaman movie is as good as that animated Aquaman movie.
But
I'm sorry.
the problem with the Aquaman movie,
It's
the
just-
live action one, is because just like with Justice League, they put too much, or just like BBS, they put too much in it.
I'll say
Well,
this because
They put 4 different Aquaman
it just
stories
seemed
in
a
it.
little over the top to me.
Not
Like,
only that,
Well,
I'll
Aquaman's
just end it
always
real
going to
quick.
be over the top.
but it's like, don't get me wrong, Jason Momoa, you're the man. You're a bad motherfucker. You kick some ass, but you just seemed a little corny in this movie to me.
I think he's less corny. He's way less corny in this movie than he was in Justice League.
Is that saying much?
Yes, saying a lot.
it's the same character though.
Yeah, but he
Or,
acts.
I can't say anything because I haven't seen
Yeah.
either one.
Go
But my
ahead.
gripe with DC is in their recent films, of course, you know, they don't build characters.
Exactly.
They're trying to.
They announced
Now.
they announced the Justice League movie, and then they're like, you know, everybody griped like, well, these characters aren't even in your universe yet, and you're going to go ahead and throw them
Yeah.
in the band. You know, what the hell? And then you got the Justice League, and then you're going to get their solo movies
Yeah.
introducing them more into the universe. So that doesn't make sense. I mean, if they honestly.
The reason
They
they did
went-
it though was so they didn't follow Marvel.
No,
But Marvel set. There's nothing wrong with following a blueprint.
Yeah.
Marvel set the blueprint on how to successfully engage your audience when it comes to these characters, and that's why we can sit there and bawl our eyes out
Yeah.
at Endgame when
Yeah.
everybody's or on Infinity War when everybody is
Fucking dead.
is disappearing.
Yeah.
And that's also why we can sit there in Endgame and bawl our eyes out the second everybody comes back. Because you saw how I was. When everybody came back, I cried. Even the second time. And when Iron Man dies, the whole theater was in tears. But
Yeah.
you're not going to get that
Oh,
now.
Well, you had 10 years of build up for that.
But not Marvel. DC could have done that.
Yeah. I
Not even 10 years with everything going around today. They could have done 5 years.
And the thing is, like, really, there's been so much problems with DC movies in general, even because before the Dark Knight movies came out, before Batman Begins, there was supposed to be a Justice League movie that came out. It's called Justice League Immortal, and that
Well,
shit.
yeah, because they were also supposed to have Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yeah.
But nobody could get things going.
But I disagree with what you're saying that they didn't want to follow what Marvel did about just, setting that up. I think it was totally, they saw how that side, Marvel side, they were making so much money from
Yes.
this, and they were like, let's just go. let's bring out the characters
And honestly,
let's
I,
make some
I
money.
think they could have done They could have done a movie where you set the Justice League up without any prior movies for them, because they do that in the New 52 in the comics, and it just starts out with them fighting Doomsday,
Yeah, but
or not
That-
Doomsday,
a comic is a lot-
Darkseid.
That did work.
a comic
but
is a lot different.
But they
than a
have
movie,
they have
though.
an animated movie version of it, and
And
it
it-
still works.
it worked.
That's
but
animated though. This is live action. You got to find the right character.
Anybody can sit behind and voice. If you don't like that character, I mean, so what?
Yeah.
It's just a one-off animated movie.
But what I'm saying is, they could have had. You just start out. You do a 2-hour, 45-minute movie. The very first scene is like, you set up the 6-7 Justice League members in little short, like 5-10 minute scenes, and then immediately.
Well, that's what they tried to do at the end of Batman v Superman.
Yeah, but they did it the wrong way.
but
It wasn't organic at all. You
but,
can do it
I mean, it's-
organically.
But it's DC. I feel like if you give DC 10 tries to nail introducing in other
superheroes, they're going to do it the same way over
Yeah,
50%
I
of the
agree.
time, and it's going to bomb.
The problem is they
Agreed.
don't trust their creators enough to do it on their own, so the studio heads are like, no, you got to do it this way.
Well,
That's been DC's problem for the last 10 years. The only person
my
they've
point
trusted,
exactly.
the only two people they've trusted to actually see their vision through is Christopher Nolan
Well, yeah, because he
And-
told them, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
I'm doing it my way."
and Todd Phillips.
Exactly.
Because
They stood up and said,
yeah.
"Suck
Because
the cock."
you can just tell from trailers every other movie was fucked with by the studio,
yeah,
well, yeah.
especially Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah, that was a terrible movie too. That was another bomb.
that's one of the worst
I
ones
mean,
I've
it-
seen in years.
I mean, because you got to look at it. They're thinking about putting out a sequel, and Will Smith isn't even playing Deadshot now.
It's a whole
not-
new.
yeah,
it's basically a whole new.
Yeah, it's kind of
group.
just ignoring the first movie.
Well, my point exactly as to why
Wait,
DC's
it's not
putting
a-
out shit movies.
It's not up there. That one's for sure happening, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I
what's his
think
face
so.
is directing it now.
James Gunn.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but I think now they're finally starting to get it that you got to take time and build these characters up. So like the Aquaman and Shazam movie, they did dive into the characters more and take their time with it.
But even Shazam, they kind of. The Shazam movie should not have ended with him giving all the powers out, so they just have
No.
the movie's been out.
I don't care. I'm never
Oh.
gonna watch it. I wasn't interested in it to begin with.
The movie ends with him already having the entire Shazam family, and that's how that should have at least happened in the second movie, because you do that for his first villain, like then Black Adam's gonna walk all over him whenever.
Yeah, once I found out that The Rock wasn't playing Black Adam and Cena wasn't Shazam, I was like, well, this movie's probably gonna blow. So
No,
that's
it's
when
actually
I just,
really good, but
I just dipped
I
out.
enjoyed it.
lost all interest, and I don't even know who plays him, but he just looked
Zachary
corny.
Levi.
He just looked corny.
Well, he
Yeah,
plays
well,
the character perfect.
Is it a corny character?
Yeah.
No.
Shazam is a magic version of Superman that it's a kid that
Well, I
gets
know it's
turned
a
into an
kid
adult.
because I mean I know pretty much the movie because I know that he turns into him every time just Shazam is mentioned. I think you're the one that told me that like anybody can just fucking say
Well,
it or it's
no,
his
it has to
voice.
be his
But it's
voice.
like didn't somebody like voice record him and took the power or some shit like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I mean that's retarded. I think that the power should know, hey, that didn't come from him. It came from a fucking iPhone. You know, don't do it. abort. So that's just, that's my gripe on the DC movies. They've rushed everything. I mean, I hate to bring up sports right now, but look at it this way. You're working under Nick Saban for 10 plus years and you finally get a head coaching gig. Are you going to go out there and try to do it your own way, or are you going to kind of use the blueprint that you've been following for 10 years because you know it works?
Hot take.
Eight out of those 10 years, y'all won a national championship. What are you going to do? Say, well, fuck you, Nick Saban. I'm just going to do my own thing, and then you're out of a job in 3 to 4 years because you haven't been to a bowl game. You've only won 6 games those 3 years you've been there.
Well, to be fair, there's been two people that are, and one of them got really fucked with the situation in Florida, and now people aren't looking at him like the thing, but like,
Who, McElwain?
yeah. McElwain, he shouldn't have ever been fired at Florida. Like, that season going into his last season, he was just completely fucked over. Like, had 12
Yeah.
players hurt, 10 of them got suspended. They were down 22 starters, and you couldn't have expected much for him that season.
Well, here's my thing on it.
But McElwain and Kirby are the only two that
It's-
have even looked decent that have came out under Saban.
Well, it's the same thing with Miami's coach. I can't. Manny Hernandez.
Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz, yeah. The dude was a broadcaster or something like that. He worked behind the scenes, no
Yeah.
coaching experience.
He was our defensive
And
coordinator
then
at
he,
one point.
yeah, that's what I was saying. He ended up, not ever coaching before. He ended up landing defensive coordinator roles, and now he's the head coach of Miami, and they suck.
Yeah.
So, my point being, when you look at Jim McElwain, where was he at before?
Colorado
State.
Yeah.
When you give a guy that's turning around, a freaking FCS program, don't go out and give him
Oh, Division One.
Division One SEC team. Because
No, I think he could have done good at Florida if it just hadn't have been for that.
well, yeah, but it would have. I think it would have took him a few years.
I mean,
I
he
mean,
made
you
it
look
to two
at-
conference titles.
You look at, but
Hey, I
He
mean, he got
did,
drilled.
But you take his second, was it the second season that they got fucked over because what's his face with the
Grayer.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
but no, that was his first season
Yeah,
there.
that was his
Oh,
freshman
well-
year, wasn't it?
well no I mean
that
was
was
it
his.
McElwain's?
Yeah, that was his
okay.
first season there.
If McElwain would have had Greer all 4 years and all that shit hadn't happened, I think that we'd be looking at be talking about a much different SEC right now.
Possibly, but at the same time, I mean, I would take Dan Mullen over McElwain.
Yeah,
I'm-
me too.
I mean, I know you're going to say that because look where they're at right now. They win next week against LSU, and
I don't think
It's
they will.
wide open from
I'll
there.
keep saying it. I don't think they're going to do it. I said it against Auburn. I didn't think they could do it, and they surprised me.
all right.
There's-
Well, let's get off the sports subject.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not what we're
Yeah,
talking this episode.
irrelevant.
It's irrelevant right now. It was just to try to prove a point
And it
or
worked.
make a point. Not prove a point, but make a point more kind of clear.
Yeah.
Get rid of that gray area. It's either black or it's
Yeah.
white.
Basically, you need someone to set a system in, and this goes for the
Everything.
movies and the sports.
Everything. Somebody's got to
You-
lay
you
that
wanna-
foundation.
Yeah, you want to know why Marvel's so successful? Because they've let Kevin Feige control the story from the start to now.
And
And
DC needs to do it to Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns needs to be in charge of everything.
Well, not,
He is pretty smart. I'll give him that.
not only that, I mean, you look at Marvel, and they had their foundation from the start, and it was Iron Man.
Yeah.
He was the focal point. I think that DC, in a way, is trying to make everybody the focal point at one time, and it's not going to work that way.
and you want to know the biggest difference between what DC has all their characters. They're not basically hand-tied like Marvel was. Marvel took C and D list characters in the beginning and made them stars. Because before that, before Iron Man, before Captain America, they were like characters no one gave a shit about.
Who?
In the comics, people did not care about those
Oh,
characters at all.
you're talking about the comic book characters.
Yeah, people did not give a
Okay.
shit about
I thought
Iron
you
Man
were
or
talking
Captain
about the
America.
actors I'm over here like,
No, no.
I don't think that's how it works.
No.
I mean, maybe the dude playing
Thor,
no, not Thor. Shit.
Hawkeye.
Black Captain America.
Oh. Hey,
Oh, no.
he was in 8 Mile.
Oh, who cares? I mean, everybody knows Papa Doc got shit on,
Yeah.
but after that, I mean,
I don't know. I
What
think
was
he's.
he
I think
in?
he's a good actor.
Anthony
Yeah.
Mackie.
yeah, Anthony, yeah, that's what his name is.
But-
he is a
But
good.
yeah, no.
he's a
I
good
meant
guy.
like the actual characters. Marvel had to use C and D list characters to make their cinematic universe, and now that they're getting all their other characters back. It just happened to work out perfectly whenever they're
Yeah,
killing
but-
off all these other
But
characters.
like we were saying, I mean,
That's the problem.
they're
DC
taking
has
these-
all their characters and they don't know what the hell to do.
exactly, they're literally shoving everybody down our throat all at once. We're not going to be able to keep up. We're not going to be interested because
like we've
I mean,
said,
honestly-
Marvel built all this up in 10 years. DC could have done the same.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of hope DC doesn't make cinematic universes where they're connected.
I agree
do.
because I mean,
No,
well,
each-
you take the Dark Knight and then you take the Joker movie now that aren't in a universe yet. Unfortunately, they're probably going to ruin that with damn Bat, whatever you want to call him,
Oh yeah.
Pattinson,
Oh.
and
Edward.
Yeah. and if they can make movies like that, I think they would have been more successful.
Yeah,
I mean, you got
That's true.
Dark Knight came out 08, right? Or
Yep,
no?
Yep. Yeah. It was.
You,
08.
you,
Oh, wait.
you,
It
you,
was
want to
08.
know?
It was 08.
Well, when did Batman Begins come out?
Oh, yeah, it was 05.
5?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
5, 8, and 12.
Yep.
if they would have, they had all that time from 08
But
and 12. I mean, you could have established something in those years
You-
instead of
honestly, though, like
fumbling the ball.
the problem is they tried to follow the Dark Knight blueprint for all their other characters, and Superman does not work as Batman, and that's
No,
what
well,
they
no.
try to make him in
Well,
Man of Steel.
Yeah, but
And the thing is, like, you couldn't have other superheroes in the Dark Knight universe. I don't think.
no, I don't
You
think
couldn't
it
have
would work.
anyone
That's
with
why we
powers.
never got Robin.
Yeah, well, I think you could have Robin. I don't think you can have characters with powers in that universe.
In which one?
In the Dark Knight
Oh
universe.
yeah, I agree. with
Probably not. I mean, I think the only one that. No, I don't even think Superman would have worked. They would
No.
they would have found a way to fuck that up.
No, it would have been. It would have made no sense for as dark as they make that whole world.
In non movie realm, this is gonna piss you off, Kyle. Charlotte Flair becomes a 10-time women's champion.
that.
What
Wow.
did she do?
She beat Bailey for the
Oh.
SmackDown title.
Oh.
So yeah, we like wrestling too. But we're not gonna get into that right now. I just know that
Fuck her.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
talk about getting shit shoved down your throat.
yeah. She's the female Roman Reigns.
I think she's worse.
That's just because you like him.
Yeah,
No, well, it's not even that.
It is that. It's totally that. It's totally that.
no, I mean, well, let's look at it this way. She gets the treatment because she's Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets the treatment because he's quote unquote battling leukemia,
Yeah.
and he's The Rock's cousin,
Yeah. That's,
even though they're not even related. I mean, let's be honest.
basically.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but it's just whatever.
But yeah, we will definitely. We're more than likely going to go see Joker again tomorrow, and then probably next Sunday we'll get out the other review, the spoiler review. That way we can have more time to think, more time to do some research and whatnot. And that also gives me and Derek time throughout the week to get out the regular content.
Yep. And eventually we'll like start making scripts so we don't just go all over the place.
No, I like going all over the place.
I know
if-
some people.
Well, fuck them.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense. You know, at the end of the day, it's
Well, I'll say this: we'll get better about time stamping stuff because we do want to do that, but right now it's kind of hard for us to memorize.
yeah, we do ramble. So as far I wouldn't call it a script, maybe more like an outline. That way we can have
or just
bullet points.
while we're recording, just start making notes about where the
Yeah.
time, so we can timestamp the comments and stuff, or the
Well, like I said, I think the bullet points might work.
yeah.
That way, you know, we can be on a set schedule type deal while we're talking. That way, you know, if we do go offhand, we can just skip on to the
But-
next topic.
Honestly, if we hadn't have got off the topic in this one, this would have been like a 20, 30 minute.
Yeah, we didn't want to give you something short. Kind of just wanted to talk about everything involving, movies and,
Specifically,
yeah, whether they're good or not, more than likely. But yeah, that's the show. This will be up Monday the 7th. And look for the next 2 episodes to be out next week or later in the week. Probably the same format, wouldn't you think? I mean, Monday, Thursday, and then Friday. I think that's
yeah.
there's your schedule, folks.
And we'll only post on Mondays if we have. I can't think of what I'm trying to think of. Reviews.
Yeah. Review Sunday will be the new thing. So Thursday and Friday will probably be our main days. Because I mean,
I feel like the next time we'd have a review other than an actual spoiler Joker review would be.
I don't know, man. There's
Dr. Sleep?
there's a lot of good movies coming out that
What? Like what?
I want to watch that one about the Atlanta bombing.
That doesn't come out
Oh,
in
yeah.
December.
Okay, so
Well, that's what I'm saying.
you mean upcoming, like coming?
Yeah,
out?
I mean, it will be a while because I feel like the next big movie that comes out, and I'm not sure. I know Kyle don't want to see it. Is
What?
Zombieland Double Tap?
Well, when we don't even really have to just review movies that are out now. If we don't have anything to talk about, we can just all decide on a movie that we've all seen and we either
Yeah.
like or hate or
Yeah.
we're mixed feelings about, and just
Or if y'all would like this, we can talk about our favorite movies because I know there's movies
Yeah.
that my favorite movie I know you've never seen, so you could watch it and review
What?
it. Tron Legacy.
yeah.
Your favorite movie? Like we could each do like 2 movies a week or whatever. Like do our favorite
The
movies.
Cable
and-
Guy, Jim Carrey.
That is a good movie. We've
Yeah.
actually talked about it, but that was on the unaired episode.
Oh.
Yeah, that movie's basically a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see anything.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I don't know if you cared about Zombieland 2. I mean, I know.
Oh,
I do.
I'm gonna watch it. I've been waiting for that thing.
Me too.
It's
How
been
long
what,
was it?
10 years? They said
Yeah.
something like that. So
Zombieland 2 and Doctor Sleep are the next 2 movies
I'll
I
watch
care
that.
about.
yeah, that's in
I'll
November.
watch both
Yeah.
of them, but
Um,
I just don't like Jesse Eisenberg in anything.
which that actually, when does that come out?
What?
Zombieland 2 soon, isn't it?
Uh,
Yeah, October the 18th. So
we will have to watch that. I'd have to watch it the 17th. I'll tell you when we. But I guess we'll wrap up now.
yeah, that's
So-
the show.
Yeah. Closing thoughts. Joker's a masterpiece.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joker is a masterpiece. If it doesn't win any Oscars, I will be very, very upset.
At least just for acting, like
Joaquin Phoenix, you are the man.
Yes, the acting. I'll be very upset if Joaquin doesn't get anything, but I'll be a little upset if the entire movie doesn't win at least one thing,
yeah.
because it's the best movie I've seen
Oh,
this year.
I want to say this, like, because this isn't really
Spoiler or anything?
they make this movie feel like such an 80s movie. It's not like
Yeah, I did like.
even to the old Warner Brothers
Yeah,
logo
that's
and
what I was about to
everything.
say. I liked
That was so
the,
cool.
I liked the way they did the fonts and everything, and they even made it an 80s movie with Joker not fitting the movie screen. It was bigger than what the screen would fit, and that is 80s-esque old school movies. So that was really good. I encourage y'all to go see the movie.
Yep.
If you haven't yet, hell, spend the money, watch it more than once,
Yeah.
because it's worth it, in my
It's a
opinion.
lot to take in all at once, so
Yeah,
you
the
probably
first-
need to go watch
especially
twice.
Yeah, the first time you see it, you're just going to be like, what the hell? I mean, we didn't really have words to say after we
couldn't
watched
I
it.
couldn't go to fucking sleep.
I mean,
I
normally
was thinking a lot.
we sit outside the theater and talk for a good hour plus, and we couldn't do that. It was, hey, well, I got to go home and I got to do this to watch spoiler videos and all this and that or reviews. So, yeah, I encourage you, watch it once, watch it twice, watch it more if you really like it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be movie of the year.
I think so, and I can't wait till it comes out on DVD.
Yeah, or Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Blu-ray.
But that's the show, folks. You'll be hearing back from us
In a few days' time.
Thursday for the regular podcast, and then Friday for the second entry into spooky season with me and Derek.
And maybe a guest, depending on what we pick.
Maybe.
I definitely think we need a guest for the horror movie one. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we won't do that this week. We'll
No.
we'll figure it out. Yeah, that's the show, guys. Thank you for spending this fabulous hour and a few cents with us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Peace out, Rook out.